and because of that, they've had to alter the car chassis. So they've had to fit this central spine here, which is different than on the coupe. They've made the pedal box wider so you can have 3 pedals. Also, the manual gearbox has a different bracket, so the rear subframe has had to be changed as well. It's basically completely new. As with the Quadalonga Coupe, the starting point of this car is a Wyra, so the wheelbase is the same as a Wyra. However, because it's a long tail, there's this extra bit of chassis which is longer to accommodate that longer tail. Unlike the Quadalonga Coupe though, which uses the Wyra engine, this Speedster uses the Utopia engine. So 6-litre, V12, twin turbo, power, 864 horsepower. Now you can see the gold on here. That's a nod to the Quadalonga Coupe. However, if you look here, you will see this bronze on the gearbox. So this is the manual gearbox here. That is a nod to the Utopia. Now you might be thinking, blimey, that's a lot of carbon fibre, Matt. Well, yeah, this is the biggest single piece of carbon fibre that Pagani has ever made. It's 3.7 square metres. It's huge. The interior of this car is just exquisite. So the design is the same as the Quadalonga Coupe, which means it's different than a Wyra or a Utopia. It's unique to the Quadalonga series. And everything you see and touch is either metal, wood, leather, fabric, carbon fibre. There is no plastic in here at all. It's absolutely gorgeous. Special shout out to this fabric here. It's not your average everyday fabric, oh no. It's actually embroidered by a special machine of which there is only one in Europe, and there's 4 million individual stitches to produce the fabric in this car. The total cost? Well, all this fabric, just these bits, same price as an average family car. It's nuts. Same with the steering wheel. So it's got a carbon fibre core, like a Wyra, and then they put mahogany over it, and then some aluminium bolts, and they just machine it all down, so it just feels luxurious. Same with the gear shifter. In fact, let's have a little go. Oh, so it's a dogleg manual gearbox, and I just love seeing seeing it working with the linkages. It is glorious. Another thing to note is this green colour, very, very special. And you've got two-tone here, so you've got different colour green up there as on those air vents, and the air vents themselves, once again, machined from metal. If you look at the dials, they're the same structure and layout as the Quadalonga Coupe, but it's got special green paint. It is unique, and everything that you just touch feels like, even the door latch, to open the door, everything is a pleasure to use. I'm just like pressing buttons randomly because they just all feel so nice. Never has applying a parking brake felt so good. All these switches, once again, unique to the Quadalonga. You don't find these on other Pagani cars. The layout is new, and we haven't got an overbearing screen. You just got enough for your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, most likely with customers Apple CarPlay. The seats themselves are the same structure as in a Wyra, but completely new in terms of the fabric and the leather choices. There is one extra feature on this car that's worth noting, and it's the fact that sometimes you've seen videos online of like hypercars bursting into flames and stuff, and then, you know, people buying them to try and do them up and then failing to do it. That's not going to happen with one of these because look, you've got a fire extinguisher here in the car, so if anything should happen, pop that and everything's good-ish. Now, cars like this, they don't tend to be practical, but there's something about Pagani which has a sort of boutique luggage feel to it, and that extends to the car. So there's loads of little places to store stuff. So there's your glove box, but then up here on the dash you have more space up there. There's some little places there for your mobile phone. Here there's some more storage. Here there's some more storage. Up here there's some more storage. Here is some bespoke luggage, once again with the embroidery and leather that's on the seats. We have a suit bag here as well. There's a place for your mobile phone there and your USB sockets. But you might be thinking, well, that's all well and good, Matt. There's no place for your drink. There is the thought of this. Look, there's your cup holder there. Perfect. But there's even more luggage capacity on this car. It's more practical than you think. But before I show you that, I need to just let you see the key. It's a perfect model of the car. Look at that. Wow. Don't lose that. To be honest with you, accessing the boot is a bit of a palaver. So you open the door, undo these lovely leather straps like that, flick this, there we go. Then you have to go around the other side. Same procedure, undo that, there we go, and then lifty uppy. And now you can access the luggage pods. Look, down here, so once again, under the strap, and now drop this down, and there is your bespoke luggage, once again with that wonderful embroidering. And then when you've done that, you have to put it all back together again. Okay, but do you know what? You don't really mind. And I'll tell you why you don't mind, because you just have a look at the beautiful engineering and craftsmanship. There's something about seeing the top of a tyre. If you have a car where you can see the top of the tyre, you're living your best life. I'm wondering what's under the clamshell bonnet though. So to open that, it's the same procedure. Undo the buckles. There is definitely a luggage theme with this car. Do the clip, run round. Clip, and up. Ooh. Now, I'd normally say there's no point going underneath the bonnet because there's no storage, but it is quite nice to look at this carbon fibre, isn't it? Especially if you've gone for a solid colour, like on this car. There's something about Pagani and their carbon fibre. It's definitely worth appreciating. Look at the way that's all lined up there. Even under the bonnet. I think they have OCD at Pagani. Now, you might be thinking, yes, Matt, lovely car, but it's roofless. What happens if it rains or it's cold? You can only take it out in good weather. Well, no, because you can get it with a roof. Look, this is the roof for the car. However, it does take 2 people to fit it, and you need to know what you're doing. So this is Lorenzo from Pagani's Special Projects division, and he's going to show me what we need to do to fit the roof. So what's the first thing?
So the first thing is to close the front bonnet.
Okay.
So we just need to lift it down.
Yeah. I'm good with this, I think.
Yeah. Close it. Perfect. Then fix the latch.
Okay, latched.
Then we just need to close a little bit the door without closing total.
So just a little bit, not completely closed. Do we shut this down?
No, just maintaining it open.
Okay, right.
And close the mirror a little bit.
Close the mirror a little bit.
Yes.
Okay, this is very specific. Right, good.
Correct.
They feel nice, by the way.
Then
Which side do you want me on?
I get the one.
Okay.
This one, the right one.
Lift it up.
Lift it up. It's really lightweight.
Yeah, it is light.